That's dope. That's dope.
What is up, everybody? It is Friday, July 2nd, July 4th weekend. We're going to do the Independence into Pants dance this weekend. It is a holiday weekend in the United States. It is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or EDT, I guess, more appropriately, because of, daylight savings and all of that. And guys, for those of you who showed up, I appreciate it. I know it's a holiday weekend. Those of you in Asia are already sleeping or staying up late. Those of you in Europe are probably having your Friday night party going on. And those of you in the United States are getting ready to barbecue your faces off, because that's what Americans do on summer holiday weekends. But when we have a holiday weekend in the United States, we usually have more low volume, boring price action, or if price moves, it's even super extra boring because it's on low volume and bounces right back when people come back from being drunk at their barbecues. Now, I'm really excited to announce for Fridays now, we have Kava as a sponsor. You can read everything about them. Once again, I like to do this because I can never figure it out. We're going to that way. You can read everything about them below in the description. I really urge you to click on the link in the description to learn more about Kava if you don't know about them. This is like DeFi at an institutional level that you can use on absolute steroids. It's monster because it's built on one of our other favorites, on the Cosmos SDK, which means that it's interoperable across coins and chains and gives you so much flexibility on what you can do. They have 3 different protocols: the Kava protocol, which is how you mint stable coins and earn across the world's largest crypto assets, and the hard protocol, which is a money market to lend, borrow, and earn. And then I'm not even sure I'm supposed to talk about it, but the Kava swap protocol, which is coming soon, which will be like Uniswap on steroids. As I said, everything they're doing is absolutely incredible. This is really the future of DeFi. And before we decided to work together, we discussed and went into it for months and months and months. I couldn't be more excited about what they're doing and using it. So you guys, please check out Kava. So listen, guys, we're going to take a look. I didn't do a video today, so I'm going to take a look at the news live. I haven't really read it, just pulled up a bunch of stories up top. And we'll look at some charts and see what's going on. Somebody's just said, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" Impala. I wish I was like 6'9" because I could get with the Yoshi, and Yoshi don't know, but Yoshi's really fine. I think Skilo follows me on Twitter, actually. I think. If you stop getting notifications, you need to take that up with YouTube, because I don't got that. Adam is on has been on Wednesdays, but that was for 3 months. Fridays is Kava. Fridays Kava Day. Friday is Kava Day. So there, let's take a look. Did I say something that made everybody quote those lyrics? Because I love that song. Wish I was a little bit taller, y'all. I wish I was a baller, y'all. So here, let's look. Let's look at the Bitcoin's monthly chart, whatever, man. To me, that held support, or was right at it, around 36,000, 35,000 at the close. I want to see this month close above this. So it's going to be around 37,200 is what I'll be looking for on a monthly close to confirm that the EQ of this monthly channel is held as support, and we'll be going back up to resistance. And resistance at the top of the channel will be in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of coins, and we will all have fun staying rich, which is what we want. But as I said in my video, this monthly close right here, kind of a high wave spinning top. Shows a lot of volatility and indecision. That's why you get the upper wick and the lower wick and the small body. That basically means technically that the bears have run out and now we don't know which way it's going to go. Kind of tweezer bottomy there on the monthly, but I don't know. But listen, guys, this is fucking boring. And there's no reason to even be doing anything. But hey, let's look at it anyways. Daily tweezer bottoms. Potentially, depending on the close. This would be a reversal up signal when you have these two bottoms like that are equal. tweezer bottoms. This could be another highways spinning top on the daily or a little hammer. And I'd like to see it back above the EQ, but we'll see. That would mean we could target the top. But again, like this is just like we're analyzing it just because we have nothing better to do, right? And maybe if you like the head and shoulders idea, maybe you're targeting down here or you short a retest of this. But honestly, man, head and shoulders right in the middle of the price action. This is just a pattern that's in sideways chop. There's no discernible volume spike to make it meaningful. Bitcoin is just boring, super boring. But ETH, I posted this yesterday saying that the buy was kind of 2042. I don't know if it's going to hold or not, but it did pop right off that line. Had bearish divergence right at resistance. That's the easiest short in the world right there. Just like bullish divergence oversold at support was the easiest long, which I was posting last week. So look, I'm going to come back, see what you guys are talking about. Then we'll go look at all the news. All of the news. Yeah, I mean, Storm, that's part of the news is that they're sponsoring the Trailblazers. All recent Binance news is scaring shit out of me. Well, that's what it's made for. That's why you see that news. It's meant to scare you. All of the negative news that comes all at once is meant to shake out weak hands. That is the purpose. That's why they're here. That is what they are doing. Careful, you'll get done for copyright again. I mean, I can sing the song, right? Yeah, I got in copyright trouble for doing When I Dip, You Dip, We Dip, because I played the music video. Do you guys remember the video for Skilo, though? I wish I was a little. Man, it was classic. Classic. Oh, let's take a look at the news. I haven't really reviewed it. I just pulled up like all the stories I could find. ETH balances on exchanges see historic drop, lowering risk of major sell-off sentiment. Ooh, talk dirty to me, girlfriend. Talk dirty to me. Data provided by a popular analytics company shows that by withdrawing a massive amount of ETH from exchanges, holders have lowered a risk of a big sell-off in the future. I mean, I guess if there's nothing on the exchange to sell, it's hard to sell it, but let's be real. We've talked about outflows and inflows and whatever. Like, if someone wants to sell, they'll just send that shit back. Right? Like take it off for a while and then be like, oh, it's not like it's a frozen asset that's been taken off. But it is very encouraging to see the level of staking in ETH 2.0 is getting really, really significant. And we're seeing Ethereum pulled off exchanges like freaking mad. Thing is, every time I see one of these, then you report it, and then someone's like, bro, that was just like the exchanges sending it to their own wallets. And then you feel dumb because, on-chain analytics are not an exact science. In sports, Dutch football team AZ Alkmaar to hold Bitcoin and pay players in Bitcoin. Set to become the first professional football club in the Netherlands to pay player salaries in the corn. Says that. That's how I read Bitcoin. The corn. So in a statement posted on the club website on Thursday, I don't know that word. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. They were third, though. That's good. Bitcoin Meester as its exclusive and official cryptocurrency partner until mid-2024. That's a couple of years. That's sweet. So this is a sponsorship deal where they can pay players in Bitcoin, and they're going to keep the Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Absolutely huge. NBA, here's what we're talking about with StormX. NBA's Portland Trailblazers to wear crypto logo for the next 5 years. 5 years, that's going to look like. Feel me, dude. Like, Sam Bankman-Fried is doing his business with FTX, the Miami Arena, esports teams, Major League Baseball, Tom, Giselle. It's nice to see others stepping up. We obviously saw Crypto.com, I believe, on the Formula One car, Voyager, Bitcoin car, then Voyager had NASCAR. Dude, it's happening. Like, this is how we get to the mainstream. That's how you legitimize shit. Like, I love that people were asking Sam Bankman-Fried, like, that's stupid for you to do a deal with Major League Baseball, bro. Like, those aren't even your customers. That's the whole point. You fucking stupid. The point is to go to the mainstream and get new customers. What's the point of advertising a popular service to the people who already use that popular service? I had an awesome podcast interview today with Steven Stomberg of Bittrex Global, the CEO. And he was saying, he was like, yeah, it used to be that like the bankers were the rich ones. That then the hedge fund guys came in and they were the rich ones. And they were like, haha, to the bankers. And then crypto happened. He's like, now crypto are the really rich people. And you got guys like Sam Bankman-Fried who are worth like 10 or 18 billion dollars or whatever and are 28 years old. And now the hedge fund guys who have $1 billion are super jealous of the crypto guys. It's basically like SBF is telling hedge fund guys to have fun staying for. Yes, Kava is the new sponsor, as I mentioned earlier. Sweet. So yeah, let's see. So NBA, what's next? Cardano becomes third biggest holding of Grayscale's digital large cap fund. That's that. GBTC doesn't make many bad moves. So there's clearly something coming for Cardano. I can't remember the number, but the amount of Cardano staked is huge, like 70 or 80% now. Absolutely massive. So there's definitely something going on here. I think that Cardano could definitely be a good bet to be making very large moves very soon. But here you go. Leading cryptocurrency asset manager Grayscale has added Cardano to its digital large cap fund. The native cryptocurrency of the largest proof of stake blockchain is now the fund's third biggest holding with a 4.2% share behind only Bitcoin Ethereum. Still a very small share. And this, by the way, just to be clear, this is in the digital large cap fund. This is not Grayscale overall. They obviously have GBTC and their ETH products that are separate and much larger holdings, but still huge to see that they're making this move. So I would we'll take a look at the Cardano chart. Let's take a look at the Cardano chart now. See if this has had any impact. We can do what we want here, right? Free country. See that the best American female sprinter, I just tweeted about it. I mean, how sad. Here it is. I think you pronounce it Sha'Carri Richardson, but she was suspended from the Olympic team, missed the Olympics because she smoked a little of that sticky icky. Smoked a little weed, not going to be able to go win the gold medal she's been training for because she smoked a little weed. I don't know if y'all have ever smoked weed. I'm not going to say, but in my experience, from what I've heard from other people who have probably smoked weed sometimes, like from other people who might do that, doesn't make you faster. I don't think that it's fair to call weed a performance enhancing drug. Maybe it like kills the pain if your knees were bad or something, but these are like world-class athletes, man. I think they smoke weed, they can't compete. So stupid. What century is this? Anyways, ADA, this is daily chart. You see, we've been ranging. This is pushing pretty hard against the EQ. And look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections here. And look how perfect it was as support. I mean, whoa, I just messed something up on my screen. I'd be looking for this. A close above, then try to catch it there and come to the top. You will definitely expect to find some resistance right here too. Because you have all this price action here and price dumps away, you're expecting resistance in that area. But this looks pretty good if it can flip that EQ. Real good. Let's look at it on the UID. I mean, and I posted this as a trade the other day. I mean, price is right around the same area. It was right here saying you could look at either this line or this line as resistance, depending. If you drew it when you had this high, you get the black line. If you came back last week, you draw the blue line because it's wider and has more touches. So that's the thing, is kind of arbitrary, but decent volume on the last 4-hour candle and looks, like it's consolidating here and should head away. So, I mean, I would say that ADA looks good. You need Bitcoin to go up for the ADA USDT pair to go up though. That's how it is. Right. Am I right? Okay, let's go back to the news. So yeah, Cardano's doing some Chad things. Big things. Controversial mining council confirms sustainable power mix. My God, if you've been on Bitcoin Maxi Twitter, which apparently I am on the fringe of, man, they're arguing over this over there. Bitcoin Mining Council's back at it. The controversial initiative led by Michael Saylor presented the findings of its first quarterly survey focused on 2 important metrics: electricity consumption and sustainable power mix. They're saying that that the Bitcoin's mining power mix increased to 56% sustainable energy. Cool. From over 32% of the current global Bitcoin network. So I think we all know that Bitcoin is moving more renewable. What people don't realize, though, is that a lot of the miners that were cut down in China were very, very green. The Sichuan region was primarily hydroelectric, and because they build things to scale in China before they need them, they have a lot of excess. That's how it works in China. They build like these entire cities for maybe 3 or 4 years from now, just, in anticipation of their growth. And so it was mostly in a lot of these regions. It's coal in certain seasons and hydroelectric, but they were using runoff electricity from hydroelectric in Sichuan. So that really didn't like greenify us that much more by moving it out. But I think we can all agree that moving it out of China and into more sustainable and more decentralized network is better. But I mean, people are just freaking out on Twitter right now about what these numbers mean, whether there should be a council at all, whether this is another form of decentralization, whether we should stick it to the man. And then the same people are like, super cool, man. Goldman Sachs is buying Bitcoin. Like, I don't know. Make up your minds. But that's kind of the big news right now. This one made me laugh. Crypto ownership has nothing to do with distrust in fiat. BIS study. Cryptocurrency owners are generally more educated than the average. Well, we know that we're smart. According to a new study by the Bank for International Settlements, right? So they're basically the largest world central banker. They own central banks around the world. And they're trying to dispel the theory that cryptocurrency ownership is linked to distrust in traditional finance. Trying. Now, let's think about this. Why would the Bank for International Settlements, who owns central banks, want to put out a survey that says that crypto holders do, in fact, trust their central banks? Guys, this is so stupid. Yes, they're saying that we're buying them for literally any reason except for our distrust in global financial system. You literally don't have to go far to ask any Bitcoiner, even a 12-year-old who buys Bitcoin, why they bought it if they believe in inflation being a problem and central banks being a problem. So they go out there, they're the biggest financial organization in the world, and they do a fake survey to show you that people are, in fact, super excited about central bank policy. Super excited. I'm coming back over to the content. As a blockchain developer, I've never heard of anyone developing on Cardano. Well, I'm staying out of that. Yeah, I saw Spain score their first goal, which was kind of an own goal. Swiss dude kicked it into his own goal row. Yeah. How many different coins do you think you should hold? At some point, is diversification a bad thing? Well, listen, diversification in crypto is a bit of a myth. Diversifying into 10 altcoins that all dump if Bitcoin sneezes, that's not diversification. That's systematic risk, whatever you want to call it. Having a bunch of altcoins is basically just like, in a correction, certainly, is basically like holding a bunch of the same thing, right? So I think that you need to consolidate probably a bit if you have a whole ton, especially during a correction. When you talk about diversification, you talk about like Bitcoin, ETH, and stocks and bonds and real estate, not a whole bunch of altcoins. Whole bunch of altcoins. Yeah, the large cap portfolio. That's what we were talking about. Sorry, guys. I'm just going back through here. Wyckoff is absolutely still valid. Tied 1-1, Switzerland down to 10 men, 10 minutes away from penalty kicks. Ooh, I'm going to miss that. Can be talking to you people. Better here. Binance faces regulatory issues in Cayman Islands after Japan, Singapore, the US, and the UK. Thailand and Cayman Islands are the latest countries to take action. And since this was printed 7 hours ago, Singapore is also taking a look. Holy FUD, Batman. Leave us alone. I mean, doesn't it seem strange it's all happening at once? Now, given Binance allows clients with no KYC or AML to go and sign up with multiple accounts and do up to 2 Bitcoin of withdrawal a day. So I could imagine that regulators in certain places might have a problem with that. But this definitely seems like, as it says, under fire around the world. Like they're just taking shots left and right. I feel like right now Binance is like Neo in the Matrix. And there's like 700 regulator bullets flying past him. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. Not cool. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Very important to note for those of you in the United States, not really that relevant for Binance.us. They're basically different companies. So Binance.us, very heavily regulated by the United States, has Brian Brooks, who is a former government official running it. So I wouldn't worry too much. Iran plans to ban Bitcoin payments. Whatever, man. A draft bill prepared by Iranian lawmakers bans the use of all non-national cryptocurrencies for payments. I mean, in the meantime, Iran plans to issue its own cryptocurrency, which likely explains why it aims to ban making purchases in Bitcoin and other assets. We're creating our own cryptocurrency and we're killing the opposition. Sounds a bit authoritarian to me. Whatever. This one makes me laugh so hard. 44% of investors, which is a non-important number, expect Bitcoin to drop below 30K in 2021, according to a CNBC survey of a set of equity strategists and portfolio managers. Bitcoin was under 30K like a week ago Tuesday, 10 days ago. This doesn't say they expect it to end the year below 30K. They expect it to go below 30K, which just happened 10 days ago. Like if you were a betting person, wouldn't you take that bet? And only 44% of them said so. How is this news? This is being reported like all over the place. 44% think that Bitcoin will drop below 30K. That's like saying, I think that Tampa Bay will win the Super Bowl at the beginning of 2021, after Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl at the beginning of 2021. What? It's so dumb. I will say, though, that only 6% said that Bitcoin could return back to 60,000 this entire year. I mean, I would take those odds. 1 in 20, 6%. This makes me more bullish, to be honest, but I just don't even understand the story. So dumb. Staking will gain traction as institutional revenue source, says JP Morgan analyst. This is interesting because JP Morgan are like habitual haters. They're like that skit on the Chappelle Show. Hate, right? Or we could call them habitual line steppers. Also, Charlie Murphy on the Chappelle Show talking about Rick James. Unity. But yes, two senior analysts at JP Morgan say that staking will gain traction as a source of revenue for both institutional and retail investors. Interesting that they think that it will be useful for institutional investors. Currently generating around $9 billion annually, staking could amount to $40 billion by 2025. That is amazing. So that means that banks would be willing, with the right protocol, to stake and earn high interest. Worth watching. Yeah, I mean, that's it for the news. That's it. There's not that much. It's kind of newsy. That was newsy. ADA, we took a look. ADA's got to break above that. Aave I was looking at because the setup's kind of good. Ave Maria. Spelled different. Yeah, but we had a clean breakout and now a retest. I was expecting maybe to get a retest down here, but it was a pretty good setup for Aave right there. That is pretty good. I haven't looked at the tether pair. Less compelling, frankly. Maybe something like this. I mean, why can't people just like smoke weed and go run? Just trying to go run, man. I like this Aave Bitcoin setup. I don't even have anything else pulled up here. Holiday weekend and all. Yeah, I mean, it already dropped below 30K. Like, what kind of bet is that? What kind of bet is that? JP Morgan is the winner of the Crypto Player Haters Ball. That is exactly right. Dude, Charlie Murphy. Hey. Charlie Murphy was hilarious in every skit that he did on Chappelle. Every single skit. So funny. Give a brief overview of EQ and how you use it. I've gathered it's a midpoint between two zones. Yeah, so let's Bill's Mafia. Josh Allen fan in the house. Let's go back to ADA. That's exactly right. So if you're in a trading range or a channel, it works for, like, look, here on Bitcoin, the EQ is of this descending channel. The EQ is the mid-range. It's the 50% level of any range or channel. And tens, when you just pull from a high to a low of a range and you form a range, it almost shows you that your range idea is correct because it acts as support and resistance. But look at it, right? You just pull from here to here, clear here, like all this rejection. And that becomes a major level of support and resistance in any channel. Any channel. Let's go, JA. Thanks, God. I like the Bills. My roommate all through like after college, and one of my best friends in college is a huge Bills fan. So like every Sunday we'd go to bars and watch the Bills, and I would wear like a different retro Bills jersey. I had Eric Moulds, I had Drew Bledsoe, like all the classics. Luna dropped almost 80%. It's possible to get back on top. Everything dropped almost 80%. This was the worst quarter in the history of crypto. Do not get it twisted. Worst quarter in the history of crypto is the second quarter of this year. Worst second quarter in the history of crypto, to be exact. I think there might have been a worse, another. Doug Flutie is the shit. So yeah, I think it's definitely possible. We've seen these things. I mean, Bitcoin went down 85% from 20,000. And then it went up to 65. So yes, I think, I don't know specific to Luna, but I don't think altcoins are going to zero or whatever nonsensical sort of thing people are going to put out there about it. I don't think that that's true. I think we are correcting. I didn't even see it. Was it really 80%? I mean, did Luna go down 80%? Probably did. Let's look at Luna. Let's see. Well, this is on the Bitcoin pair. It was at 0.00039 and went to 0.00011. Not quite 80%. From $22. Wow, yeah, to $3. That's aggressive. It's funny though, when you look on a log chart, it doesn't look that bad, right? And you should look at log charts because they show the percentage difference. It's a huge drop when you consider it in dollars. But look where you came from, man. 28 cents. This shit is up. It's up. Way up. It's just down right now. But yeah, I mean, it's a brutal setup. Broke down, retested as resistance. Got this death cross that is a result of this. Not predicting anything, but it looks like the Bitcoin chart. Looks like crap. This line doesn't matter. That line still matters. And here you go. Let's pull this as a range. It's a big drop. That's a big drop. I mean, it's hard. Like the thing is, like they condition you to the wreckedness as it happens. So it's hard to look back like 6 weeks and be like, wow, we were super rich and now we're super wrecked because it didn't all happen at once. So if you get rid of this, which I think is fine, you're in the top half of the range and testing it as support. So maybe you get a move up to $8 from here. If not, start looking back down at 390-ish. But there's nothing to trade here. I mean, this is, you could do this probably. Something like that. But I think you're just ranging. Maybe it'll go back. I can't make any promises, but I don't think altcoins are dead. I do not. Scenarios, like here we go, yo. What's the scenario? Yo, Bo knows this what, and Bo knows that what, but Bo don't know jack, because Bo can't rap. But what do you know? The day dog is first up to bat. No batteries included and no strings attached. No holes barred. No time for move faking. Got to get the loot so I can bring home. That's scenario for any of you who don't know. Oh, here's where we were talking about scenarios. Run to fall crash versus Bart Simpson burn to January. I don't know what that means, but it sounds awesome. Apparently, Brian Armstrong met with Jerome Powell and Paul Ryan back in mid-May. Curious to know the scope of their conversation. Yeah, it would be fun to be a fly on the wall in a conversation like that, wouldn't it? Vechain love? I don't know. Let's take a look. I talked about Vechain spontaneously on Fox Business. So like if I don't get Ven, wow, I just brain farted back to when it was not Vet. You guys remember trading this when it was Ven? What a weird rebrand. Why? get rid of that. Let's get rid of all these lines, clean it up, and show you what's important in this life. Okay. I mean, this looks like consolidation under resistance. It's encouraging. So you got this little sort of like consolidation here after this move up underneath this resistance, but you need to see it push through. I mean, bottom line, you got to see it push through this line to even care. That was on the, this is an old vet chart of some sort, but whatever. Where are you, price? That's cool. MACD down here. What's MACD doing? Nothing. You know, it's an old chart if I got MACD on it. It's also a 1 hour chart. Not particularly useful. I think I did this the other day. This is my favorite. It's like one of my favorite patterns. Do it again. I like to call it the Loch Ness Monster pattern. Whatever. That didn't even look like it, but if you look at it, you see how it's kind of like this serpentine reptilian situation. I would say that this, you know, is, I mean, it could be a diamond top. I don't know. Hard to tell, but it appears to be consolidating after a move up, which should lead to more price appreciation. That's a rough chart to look at and make a determination. Zoom out on the daily. I mean, there's no charts that look good. Let's be real. Like really good. Like I wouldn't trade anything. I'll share these charts with you guys. You do with it what you want. I'm not trading this. You know, you got a clear level here. I'm not saying that this is not a descending triangle in my mind, even though it looks like that. Low, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high. You don't want to put in a lower low. You got to break this line to even make this interesting. In my opining opinion. Yeah, I don't see much to desire there. It's fine. I don't know why Charles Payne was talking about Vechain out of nowhere. I was on the show and we were talking about like macro stuff. And he's like, there are all these coins. And this is back when, you know, people cared about altcoins. So he was like, let's talk about SHIB. Let's talk about, and he was like, what do you think of VET? Everyone's talking about VET. I don't know. I didn't know that at that time everyone was talking about VET. ICP looks bad again. I tried to post a chart where it actually looked good the other day, but nah. Oh, that's funny. Rawr, rawr, like a Loch Ness monster. That's also from Scenario. Chickadee Choco, the chocolate chicken, a rare cock, whiz on my chicken, name was digging, yo, busting up and busting, MC. Oh, my rhymes are on time. Yeah. Observe the vibe and check out the scenario. Ignore what they say, watch what they do is absolutely true in the case of all of these people. Looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, do you believe there's a head and shoulders pattern? I've talked about this, but here, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. Okay. I love talking about this because it's so funny. I'm sorry for those of you who have heard me talk about this. First of all, if it is a head, it is a Bart Simpson head, right? This is a head and shoulders. Head, neck, shoulder. So this is the bottom of that neckline. And this would be the bottom, actually, technically, of that one. But here, we'll call it here for fun. It's here, though. Anyways, okay. So if you have a head and shoulders, you measure the depth, okay? So that gives us from roughly 28,000 to 64,000. Now I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit for you guys to see the effect of this. If you pull a target from a breakdown, you now have, well, negative, your target logarithmically is minus $5,236. We can't, that's more than 50% of the price action above that theoretical head and shoulders, meaning your target would be negative, right? This, as ugly as all of this is, right? It's not a head and shoulders. That's like a hydra. It's like four heads near some mountains. It's not a head and shoulders. I know Michael Burry, the Big Short guy, said it, but nah, man, we'd be going super negative. Super negative. Dude, I have ADD. I don't even know what the previous topics were, and I've been here the entire time. So don't feel bad. Indicator McDonald. Yeah, the MACD. I think he was also one of the guys in Crisscross. Daddy Mac and the MACD Addy. MACD Addy. Anything China bans is the world's next big thing. I mean, China is messing up here, guys. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. They have complete and utter control, if they wanted, of Bitcoin. And instead of taking advantage of that, thank goodness, they're kicking everybody out. It's great. The Mac Daddy will make you jump. He's the miggity Mac Daddy. The miggity Mac. Apparently, Spain missed a penalty kick for anybody who's watching that. Just looking at because they can smoke and fly. I guess that's the weed thing. That's true. MACD is a great indicator. I use it all the time, as you can see there. Scott, could you look at AMP? I guess. Whatever. Let's look at AMP. Let's look at AMP. AMP USD on coin. Ooh. I don't know. It's the Swiss Alps pattern. You got your little village over here and you go skiing. Whee! Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, but like nothing looks good. So I can even delete this line, whatever. This kind of throws it off. So at least you're not going for an all-time low here. But this could, if you're in the mood to catch a knife. This is only a 4-hour chart too. This is brand new. If you're in the mood to catch a knife, this is wicking through support, which means technically it could be finding liquidity, but God, I wouldn't touch it. I mean, what are these charts? Here's a better question. You guys always ask me to chart things. Somebody in the comments, and not just something you want to hear, tell me a chart that looks good and why, and then I'll look at it. I want to see something that looks good. Flavor in Your Ear, one of the best rap songs of all time. Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Got the brand new flavor in your ear. My favorite pattern to trade. I don't know. I just like lines. Like I like bull flags. Bull flags. I love a good bull flag. Love a good bull flag. For Doge to be a shitcoin, it's hanging in there. Yeah, but look, I mean, DXY. Look, yeah, okay. Swiss missed a penalty. Someone said something about Doge and I missed it. 1 second. Let's look at Doge. Baby Doge, baby Doge, baby Doge, baby Doge. Elon Musk tweeted that yesterday. I know y'all hate him, but I still kind of love him. Dude, he tweeted about Doge. He said, like, who let the Doge out, or unleash the Doge, or release the Kraken, or the Doge. It went from 23 cents to 26 cents and right back down. Like, he does not even have the power to move Doge anymore. That should be scary to you if you're in Doge, because you're pretty much just depending on Elon Musk, right? And it looked like it was going to break out and not so much, and I don't know. But it is hanging in there, as you said, right? And it has gone up a little bit on the BTTC pair. I don't even think that matters. But I don't know. It does look better than some others, but not much volume, not much to see, and very scary if it can't even move when Elon Musk tweets about it twice in a row, right? Thoughts on Adam? Do you think the Gravity DEX launch will have as big of an impact as folks say? I don't know how much it'll impact the price, but I think it's going to be an incredible platform. I mean, being able to trade on a decentralized exchange with an order book like you're used to in a centralized exchange, I think it's huge. But I think that's what I don't think like price pumps on the Gravity DEX, that we just don't see that happening, especially in a down market. I just think that could long term that the coin could appreciate because it will have utility. So I'll have utility. 1 second. DXY does look good. DXY does look good. Short term. I don't think anything's changed macro, but let's look at it. Right. So you know the DXY kind of looks like doo-doo on the monthly. I've showed that. This is the Great Recession. I mean, we were in a channel for 10 years and broke down. And now this looks rangy to me, right? From here to here. So maybe it goes back to 93 and comes back down. But on the daily, I have shared this channel before. Double bottom is not in play yet unless it breaks that line. But it did break out and almost come back down for a retest and then move up. So that the dollar looks good. And why does that matter? When the dollar looks good, almost everything else looks bad. But stocks haven't been that bad, but that would normally dump metals, stocks, and even potentially Bitcoin. So it's always worth watching the DXY dollar index. But also important to note that that doesn't mean the dollar looks bad or good. It just means it looks bad or good versus other currencies. So you can be shitty, and if everyone else is shittier, it goes up. So that's, you know, it's a thing. A while back, I heard that you used to trade with the Ichimoku indicator. Have been watching it. Oh, let's pull it up. It got real ugly on Bitcoin, the cloud. I'll give you the very 2 minute. Oh, it's back in the cloud on the 4 hour. Toit. Let's look at the daily, maybe. Nah, it's kind of far. 6 hour. Just trying to find a time frame where we can actually learn something. Even the 4 hours, not very illustrative at the moment. But here's the idea. Okay, look. First, it's more bullish when you have a green cloud, and that's looking forward. So right now we have a red cloud, right? So a twist from green to red is bearish. A twist from red back to green is bullish. That twist requires the cloud thinning, and you often see price lose support or resistance at those thin places, just like this. See? Price dumped right through the Kumo twist, found resistance against the cloud. So basically every line on the chart in the Ichimoku cloud is a resistance or a support. So if it's flat like this, it's called a flat Kumo top. You can have a flat Kumo bottom as well, like right here. It would be strong resistance or support if it's flat. That did not hold here as support, did it? Failed. But here you can see strong resistance. The Tenkin is the blue line. The Kijun is the brown line. The Tenkin is a shorter moving average. So just like any other, this is a golden cross. When this blue crosses up brown, if it crosses down, it is a death cross. Those are signals used by Ichimoku traders. So here you had a death cross and price continued to dump. As you can see, bull cross, price was going up. But it also matters context where it happens. So below the cloud, a bullish cross means close your shorts. Does not mean long. It's a long if it's above the cloud, and vice versa. A death cross above the cloud is right. So that's the bull cross. So it's the vice versa when a death cross below the cloud says short, a death cross above the cloud is saying, hey, watch out, close your longs. That is the very basics. So once you enter the cloud, you expect to go edge to edge, which I'm telling you guys, it's like any indicator, you know, it works sometimes and doesn't work others. Let's look at the daily. Like, yeah, breaking into the cloud went edge to edge and broke down. Daily cloud had not been interacted with in a very, very long time. We lost it in May. So like, yeah, on the daily, this is literally all bearish from the Ichimoku cloud. Below every single, way below the cloud, below the Tenkin, below the Kijun. But eventually you'll expect a reversion to the mean and for it to at least test the bottom of the cloud. But that could be because the cloud comes down to price, not the price goes up to the cloud. I hope that any of that made sense or helped. I was trying to do it real quick, like. Just reading your comments. Just reading your comments. If Elon can't push Doge up by his sweet tweets, what could? Doge last pump when market was bearish. I don't know. I mean, seems like Spain made it. Spain won. I don't know. Because, I mean, there's a lot of things going for Doge right now. I mean, people are looking at it, institutions, it's being accepted as money, but, most likely it was overvalued. So it's hard to know what can make it go up again. Seeing a lot of safe Mooney stuff over here. I don't know what the catalyst is, because if he's tweeting about it and it's not moving, it is not excited. Thoughts on MTV, not the music channel. I was going to say I love the music channel when they actually played music. I don't think I have an MTV chart. Oh, I do. MTV, the music authority. And all right, so if you draw that, it's kind of fine. I swear, at this time of day, I have an allergy attack every single day. I mean, this looks like a break and retest, but like not that exciting and not on any volume. Holding the daily 200, if that's your thing. It's really never lost that since February. Has succeeded on every retest. This could be a decent spot for whatever the hell this is. Multivac, is that like the thing that it's a vacuum that has lots of different attachments so that you can do like corners and also like your light fixtures and the floor and your baseboards? Is that what this coin does? Like, you put this coin into your vacuum and it vacuums things? Multivac. I don't know. This looks kind of fine. I don't love that, but it's bouncing in the right spot. All I can say is it's bouncing in the right spot. So if it loses that, like closes a candle below the 200 or something, you could enter at a very small loss. I want my MTV. Cue the guitar. I want my MTV. Is that what we're talking about? Money for nothing, chicks for free. We are doomed. That's a question, not a, okay, I thought it was a comment at first, but you're asking if we are doomed. When will the alts move up? I have no idea. It could be a long time. Could be tomorrow. Literally nobody has ever said 1 inch is promising. No female. I don't know when alts will pump again. I just know that they will. Allergy suffer here too. Local source raw honey every morning. Flonase in AM, Zyrtec at night. I mean, do you really need the honey if you're doing Zyrtec and Flonase? You're taking a nasal steroid and a pill. I mean, I'm sure the honey helps, but like, in France, they say money for nothing and cheese for free, which is good to know. I wouldn't buy anything right now, really. I don't see the like incredible risk reward for doing that. I happened to just click on Twitter, and somebody, when I tweeted about the weed being a performance enhancing drug, his response was basically, if weed was a performance enhancing drug, I would be Usain Bolt. That's funny. That's really funny. Doc? I don't know. Let's check out Doc. Guys, you're going to ask for charts, but they're not going to look good. You know that, like, everything's in like an 80% down. Whoa. Everything's in like an 80% downtrend. So it's kind of hard to be like, hey, I'm going to be excited about this coin. I don't know, man. That line's stupid. Nice moves the last couple of days on Doc. Coming into really strong resistance. Look, every time it's come to this area, you have epic wicks up. I wouldn't whatever, but like, this looks like it's going to go back down, just like it has every time it comes up here. Major supply all through here. There's a wick up on every single candle. MTV, the music authority. Who's your favorite VJ for those old people? I'm not saying that the honey doesn't work. I'm just saying if you're also taking 2 medications, hard to know where the honey fits in. What's up, buddy? I'm glad you're here. Lifting weights and skiing and skydiving. Check out SafeMoon. I don't even think I've ever looked at a SafeMoon chart. Like, what's even the ticker for SafeMoon? I've dismissed it as a joke this whole time. Safe, is it literally just like Safe Moon, like in all caps or something? It's literally Safe Moon in all caps. There's no way I've ever looked at that chart. Let's see. I don't, Dave Portnoy being like, I'm the Safe Moon chairman when I already was. There's not even a good thing for it. There's just like wrapped ether Safe Moon. Cool chart, bro. Oh man, I ruined one of my other charts for that. I don't know, man. I don't even have a Safe Moon chart. I don't even have a chart. No chart. Yeah. Obviously downtown Julie Brown. Obviously downtown Julie. I knew, Jeff, that you weren't going to be like Kurt Loder, bro. Yeah, I don't know how to chart Safe Moon. But El Jefe would like you to know that it is a scam. I'm not saying it's a scam. I'm just saying I wouldn't touch it. CHSB, I don't have a chart, but I hold CHSB. I love the Swissborg guys. I had Cyrus on my podcast. Take a look. $1.07. It's less wrecked than most. Say that. Less wrecked than most coins. I mean, I can imagine if that was a real wick and you actually bought it at 0.000456. So I don't even know what that is. This is some calculated by TradingView crap. That's why. So this isn't even a real chart. Give you an idea though. That looks kind of good right there. CHSB. I endorse it. Swissborg. Can't say I loved him, but I was the Carson Daly generation. Yeah, like TRL, right? That was after my time. I don't know anything about ICP. It's the internet computer, which seems like a name just meant to attract normal people. Internet computer. So I don't know. Had a huge market cap. The honey sweets the pills. That's right. If you're going to take Flonase, you got to put honey on it and stick the honey up your nose to make it better. Hidden bullish divergence on Atom 1 week. I don't know. Which pair? MTV, the Music Authority. Can't stop saying that. It's annoying. I'm annoying myself. Not really. That's on the Bitcoin pair. I can look at that pair. Also, like divergences on the weekly are impossible to trade in my humblest of opinions, but I'll look for you. Let me first get rid of this on the weekly. RSI. I do not, I mean, if you're talking about this one, then yes, but that's over a really long period and you're seeing kind of non-divergent action here. I don't see anything compelling there. But Adam looks kind of, yeah, well, it did. Okay, so we were here and I said, buy it here, 10,704 if you're trying to catch a knife. That was a nice entry. That's decent. I said either you get it up or down, you have to have a plan. So that did come back and test support. So Adam kind of looks nice there, actually, USD. Anything above 1050-ish, I would say it looks kind of decent there. Bitcoin still tripping. What about Matic? It's great. I love Matic, but the chart's been boring. I don't know. I haven't looked at either of those. Bitcoin year to date is up 13%. Why not sell and go into something like 88 Matic Soul Cake that's over 5% up year to date? I don't know. I wouldn't do that because they have more downside. And right now the trend is down. I mean, I still believe you should have 50 to 70% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. That's how, yes, ICP is insane cloud posse. It's better than internet computer. Yeah, I'm gonna give that trifecta a shot, man. I'm gonna like. I just feel like if I drink local, organic, free range, grass fed bee honey, that I'm just gonna get fat from eating sugar. I primarily look at the charts for trading, but there's coins I like fundamentally that I've invested in for sure. Oh, thank you for your time. Input laughing. Pleasure. How long of time frame to confirm divergence? Well, I mean, the thing is with a weekly divergence, like knowing, like it's the same as any. So like a 4-hour divergence, it can take many, even once confirmed, it can take 4, 5, 6 candles before you start to really see the action. If you're doing that on a weekly chart, that means like you have to wait like 6 weeks to see if it plays out. It's just too long of a time frame. What about eGold? I love it. Yeah, I'll put it in my coffee. Put that in your coffee and smoke it. What did we just say, eGold? This is going to be my last one. I got allergies and I have gotta ride my Peloton bike. Oh, so it's doing the thing. This is what I discussed last time. We were looking for a break and retest. So that's good on the Bitcoin pair. That should be targeting up there. And this is rejected at the EQ. You want to be above $89 here on eGold, but this technically is weak, but is testing this. And you do have a few wicks here. eGold looks pretty good here. It's all, guys, it's all going to be dependent on what Bitcoin does this weekend, what alts do, right? We know that. We know that. Peloton, terrible investment. First of all, I didn't buy it. It was pre-COVID and I was a CrossFitter, weighed 10 more pounds than I do now. I was more like jacked and in shape. And now I'm back to being like scrawn fest. But my wife got it. It's for her. And now I ride it all the time because it's here. But I don't think it's a terrible investment. I think it's good exercise. It's fine. I don't love it. I prefer to be left alone when I'm exercising, or like if someone's going to say something to me, like to be like real quick and whatever. And Peloton, it's like somebody screaming motivational phrases in my ear nonstop for like 45 minutes. My God, like I just shut up. Stop telling me about the mountains and the vibes and the communities and how we're all going to succeed together. Bitch, I'm in my bedroom by myself. Like you're not here and there's nobody sitting next to me. Like I don't care what that other person in Estonia is doing on their bike right now. Like leave me alone. Oh, and you're bettering yourself and the impact of your soul. And when you wake up and you have a positive affirmation about the strength of your biceps, shut up. I'm riding a bike. It's a bike. It's a bike. It's a bike with pop music and dancing. I like lifting weights better, but whatever, man. Sometimes you do what you got to do when you do it. When is last weekend we pumped? We pumped last Sunday. Bitcoin went from like 30 to 36 last weekend. It's cool. Surely the whales won't dump on us while eating 4th of July barbecue. That would just be mean. Most of them aren't here probably. But also like Miami Bitcoin conference, Bitcoin went down. You need a big screen with a video of a hot chick biking in front of you when you are on one of those bikes. I get that screen's like this big. I just don't want, I don't need it. Like I can exercise without you talking about my aura and spirit. It's fine. It's fine, but whatever. All right, guys. Once again, reminding you, check out Kava down in the description. Click on the link. Just check it out. Just go learn something. They're not selling you anything. Just go learn something. It's an amazing platform. For those of you who are in America, where I'm in NYC, where do you do your act? I will be at the Apollo Theater in Harlem tomorrow doing stand-up comedy. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and that it's amazing times, and that all of you meet the person of your dreams, that you win the lottery, and that your lives are good, and that you have good lives. It's important. But seriously though, this might be one of those weekends where you can just kind of ignore the market for a little while and live your best life. Hope you all have a good one. Peace.